forward pause for just a moment. What do you notice right now? Your body, my friends, is always speaking, but most of us have been taught not to listen. We override, we push through, we keep on going, and over time, we begin to feel disconnected. But disconnection is not permanent, it is learned. And awareness can return gently. Today is not about fixing, it's about beginning to notice. What am I feeling? What is my body trying to tell me? Even the smallest awareness is a step back into connection. In energy medicine, sensations are communication. From an Ayurveda-inspired living, awareness restores balance. In herbal wisdom, grounding supports clarity. Our anchor phrase for today is, and carry this through your day and say it as many times as possible, I listen to what my body is showing me. And then reflect throughout your day, what have I been ignoring that may need attention? Stay with yourself today, even in small moments. And remember, healing lives here, wholeness lives within you, and I will see you in the circle. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio and our Healing Circle. Feel better daily. We are creating something real that you can use every day in your daily life. Simple and easy, nothing to stress us out. Let's build your ritual. Probably the most important one of this week because you can take this and run with it through your days and through your week. Here's the first thing most people miss. Frequency beats duration every single time. You do not need a 20-minute session. You do not need an app, a cushion, or any particular conditions. Research on heart rate variability, one of the primary measurable markers of nervous system health, shows that 2 minutes of slow, intentional breathing every day for a week produces meaningfully different results than one 14-minute session. The nervous system responds to consistency, my friends, not an occasional intensity. The second thing that we may not know is habit anchoring is the science of when. There's a concept in behavior design called habit stacking, attaching a new behavior to an existing trigger. The research is clear. Habits without anchors fail. Habits with anchors stick. You don't schedule breath work as a standalone event. You attach it to something you already do without thinking. Waking up, making coffee, sitting in your car before going inside, getting into bed. The third thing, nighttime breath work isn't just relaxing, it's neurologically restorative. Slow breathing before sleep lowers cortisol, supports melatonin production, and improves sleep architecture, specifically increasing the proportion of slow wave and REM sleep. These are the stages where emotional processing and physical restoration actually happen. If you do breath work at no other moment in your day, do it in the 2 minutes before you sleep. It's one of the highest leverage moments you have. And the fourth thing we may not know, breath work is the most portable practice that exists. Zero equipment, no location dependency. You can do it in the bathroom before a presentation, in your car, on a subway, in a meeting, invisibly through your nose with your eyes open. The barrier to entry is genuinely zero, my friends. The only thing required is a decision to pay attention. As always, as human beings, we face challenges. The first challenge is what I call the reactive trap. Most people plan to use breathwork when they feel stressed, when they need it, which sounds logical, but it's the wellness equivalent of only brushing your teeth when your mouth hurts. Breathwork used reactively is better than nothing, but breathwork used proactively before the stress arrives changes your baseline. The goal isn't stress management. The goal is being someone whose nervous system doesn't spike as high or stay elevated as long. That change only happens through daily practices, not emergency sessions. The second thing that's a challenge is the all or nothing mindset. You miss a day, then two, the streak is broken and the habit feels dead. This kills more wellness habits than almost anything else. Here's the reframe I want you to hold. A non-zero practice always counts. One breath taken with intention, one physiological sigh before bed when you forget everything else. It counts, not because it's optimal, but because it keeps the identity alive. You are someone who breathes with intention, even on the hard days, even on the days you only managed one breath. And the third challenge is timeline. Real nervous system change through breath work takes 3 to 6 weeks of consistent practice to show up in measurable ways. Most people quit at week 2, which is almost precisely the week before it starts working. I can't prove that to you in advance, but I can tell you if you make it to week 3, you will feel the difference and you will not want to stop. So let's talk about our ritual blueprint. Here is your daily breathwork ritual. 3 anchors, 7 minutes total. No gear required. Anchor 1, the morning reset. 2 minutes before you touch your phone or do anything else. Belly breathing. Nose only. Inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 6. 10 breaths. So your hand on your heart, your other hand below the navel on your belly. Make sure you're breathing into the belly, meaning that's the hand that should move. If your hand on your chest is moving, you're breathing in the chest. We don't want that. Belly breathing. So you have your hands where they're placed properly. Nose only. Inhale 4 counts. Exhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now my mouth was open because I was talking, but you want to inhale and exhale through the nose. And you want to do that for 10 breaths. That's it. Before the news, before email, before the day floods in, you set your nervous system starting point. This is your non-negotiable. If you do nothing else, do this, my friends. Anchor 2, the midday sigh, 60 seconds, before lunch or any natural transition between meetings, before a difficult conversation, when you get into your car. The physiological sigh, remember, is 2 sharp nasal inhales, 1 long mouth exhale 5 times. So, do that 5 times. This clears the accumulated stress of the morning. It takes less time than unlocking your phone. Anchor 3, the evening wind down. 4 minutes in bed or right before. The 4-7-8 breathing. You inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 7. Exhale through your mouth for 8. And do 4 rounds. I will demonstrate. So it's inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale through your mouth for 8. And you want to take a deep, you want to fill your lungs on the inhale. So it'd go like something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Again. Hold for 7. Exhale to 8. If you fall asleep during this practice, that is not failure. That is the point. 3 anchors, morning before the phone, midday before lunch, night before sleep, 7 minutes total. This is the whole ritual, my friends. It is not glamorous, it is not complicated, and it will work. Breath touches anxiety, grief, and trauma in ways that nothing else quite reaches. And you have a ritual that fits inside your real life, not the life you wish you had, but the one you're actually living. I want to leave you with one thing. The breath is always there. It is the one resource that doesn't require a good day. It doesn't require the right mood or clear schedule or the energy to do something hard. It is happening right now. It has been happening since the moment you were born. The only thing breathwork asks of you is attention. Start tomorrow morning, 10 breaths before the phone. That's the whole practice. That's the beginning of everything. If you have found this content helpful, share it with somebody who might benefit. And also come on over to Patreon. This is where we have our Feel Better Daily Healing Community. It's only $7.99 a month. We do different practices. We do meditations. We have master classes. You have direct access to me and so much more. You get early releases of these streamed videos and a plethora of information. Come join us. You will not. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Debbie with Evolve Global 22's Healing Light Studio and our Healing Circle, Feel Better Daily. If you've tried every serum, every skincare routine, every trending product, and your skin still isn't cooperating, the answer might not be on your face at all. It might be in your gut. This is called the gut-skin axis, and it's one of the most interesting areas of wellness research right now. Your gut and your skin are in constant communication. When your gut is inflamed, that inflammation doesn't stay contained. It shows up on the surface as breakouts, redness, dullness, and premature aging. Here's how it works. Your gut lining is supposed to be selectively permeable, letting nutrients through, keeping toxins and undigested particles out. When that lining becomes compromised, often called leaky gut, those particles escape into your bloodstream, triggering an immune response. Your skin, as one of your body's largest organs, often bears the visible cost of that internal inflammation. This is why so many people who clean up their gut health notice their skin improving before anything else changes. Fermented foods, fiber, reducing processed sugar, all of it feeds a healthier gut microbiome, which in turn calms that inflammatory response. One of the reasons I've come to love Agara Cafe, and it goes beyond just the energy boost, it's the lion's mane specifically. Research on lion's mane points to its ability to support gut health and reduce inflammation, which lines up perfectly with what we know about the gut-skin connection. It's not a magic fix, but it's a small, consistent input working in the right direction. Matcha Agara plays a role here too. It's rich in antioxidants called catechins, which help fight the oxidative stress that accelerates skin aging and dullness. Pairing that with gut-supportive lion's mane and matcha Agara makes it one of my favorite additions to an actual skin health routine. Not just a skincare routine, a whole body one. On the topical side, frankincense is one of the oils I use almost daily. It promotes healthy cell turnover and helps reduce the appearance of imperfections and fine lines. I'll mix a drop into my moisturizer at night. Helichrysum is incredible for evening out skin tone and supporting the skin's natural healing process. If I have any areas of discoloration or old blemish marks, this is the oil I reach for. Tea tree is one most people already know. It's excellent for keeping breakouts in check because of its natural cleansing properties. I'll use it as a spot treatment, always diluted directly where I need it. And copaiba is my calming oil for redness and irritation. Here's how I'd put this together as an actual routine. Internally, Agara Cafe in the morning for gut supportive lion's mane, and matcha Agara in the afternoon for those skin protective antioxidants. Topically at night, a drop of frankincense and copaiba mixing into your moisturizer, and tea tree as a spot treatment only where needed, and nutritionally adding one fermented food and reducing processed sugar, even just a little, most days of the week. Glowing skin was never really about the products sitting on your bathroom shelf. It's about what's happening internally, your gut, your inflammation levels, your daily inputs. Support that support that foundation, and what shows up on your face is simply the natural result. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this content helpful, please go to Patreon and become a member of our Feel Better Daily community. And light all, take care. See you next week in our healing circle. The walk that changes everything. Japanese walking and the return to simple. And part 1 is all about why this trend exploded, what the actual science says, and maybe most interestingly, what this tells us about what all of us have been craving without even realizing it. So let's get into this. What is Japanese walking actually? Japanese walking sounds mysterious, but it's not complicated at all. It is also called interval walking training, and the structure is simple. 3 minutes of brisk, fast-paced walking, followed by 3 minutes of slow, relaxed walking, repeated back and forth for about 30 minutes total. That's it. No equipment, no gym membership, no app required, though plenty of people use one. Just alternating your pace is at regular intervals while you walk. It was developed by Japanese researchers, specifically a team led by Horishi Nose and Shizu Masuki out of Shinshu University in Matsumoto, Japan. And if I mispronounced any of those, forgive me. They were studying ways to improve fitness in middle-aged and older adults without the injury risk or burnout that comes with high-intensity training. Their original study, published in 2007, followed roughly 250 adults, most in their 60s and 70s, for several months. And what they found surprised a lot of people, including exercise scientists who had spent years promoting steady, moderate pace walking as a gold standard. Here is where it gets interesting. In the original studies, researchers compared 3 groups. One group did nothing differently. One group walked at a continuous, moderate pace for the same total time. And one group did the interval method, alternating 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes slow. The continuous walking group saw some improvement, which makes sense. Any consistent movement is good for you. But the interval walking group saw significantly greater improvements, better cardiovascular fitness, better leg strength, lower blood pressure, better blood sugar control. Same amount of time spent walking, dramatically different results. And here's the part that I think explains why this caught fire the way it did. The researchers followed people for years, not weeks. People stuck with the interval method longer than continuous walking. It did not feel as monotonous. It did not feel as exhausting. And it produced results people could actually feel, which kept them coming back to it. So this is not some random TikTok trend with no substance behind it. This is genuinely well-studied. Multiple peer-reviewed publications going back almost 2 decades now. It just took the internet this long to find it. So here is the question I really want you to sit with today. Why now? Why is something that has been studied for nearly 20 years suddenly everywhere? I think it comes down to this. We are exhausted, not just physically, culturally exhausted. Exhausted from being told we need to optimize everything, track everything, measure our sleep score, our HRV, our cortisol, our macros, our steps, our screen time. Exhausted from feeling like wellness itself has become another job we are failing at. And into that exhaustion walks, pun completely intended, something almost rebelliously simple. No subscription, no wearable required, no special outfit, no green smoothie, just you outside, alternating your pace for 30 minutes. There's been a real shift happening in the wellness world toward what some people are calling the over-optimization backlash. People pulling back from peak performance and intense biohacking and reaching instead for things that feel human, things that involve your actual body and your actual breath instead of a dashboard full of numbers. Japanese walking fits perfectly into that shift. It asks for effort, yes, but not extremely. It is structured enough to feel intentional, but simple enough that you are not staring at an app the entire time trying to hit a target heart rate zone. We all know we've done that. So here is what I want you to take away from today, my friends, beyond just walking itself. I think this trend is a signal that a lot of us are craving permission to skip overcomplicating our health, permission to trust that something simple done consistently can actually work, permission to move our bodies in a way that feels sustainable instead of punishing. We've been sold the idea for so long that more intensity equals more results, that if it does not hurt, it is not working, that if you are not drenched in sweat and gasping for air, you wasted your workout. And this research, and honestly, the lived experience of people trying this, is pushing back on that story. You do not need to suffer for your health to improve. You need consistency. You need a practice that fits into your actual life. And sometimes the simplest tool done with intention outperforms the complicated one. If today's episode got you curious, go ahead and try it this week. 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes slow for 30 minutes. No pressure to be perfect. Just notice how it feels. And if this resonated with you, my friends, share it with someone who has been looking for a place to start that does not need to feel overwhelmed. And remember, I will always remind you, if you like this, if this is beneficial to you, please join us on Patreon. It's only $7.99 a month, and you get early releases, updated information, access to me for support from our community, and a host of other great things. And always know that part of my medicine cabinet is Agara Cafe and doTERRA essential oils. Agara Cafe is my functional coffee that I make sure and drink every day, my coffee with benefits, and my doTERRA essential oils, which boosts my defense system. The links are in the description. Try the Agara Cafe. You will not be disappointed. I will send you free samples if you reach out to me in the comments. Take care. I will see you tomorrow in